You don't like the camera today, PJ?
I don't know.
You don't feel like it today? You can tell me to put it away.
I didn't select a very cool outfit today. On his back belly up. It's gonna be my goal to catch grips on the bottom of his feet and try to control these and maybe try to move their knees towards their shoulders a little bit. Keep your elbows kind of tucked. You guys can go side to side. You can move however you want from this position. Like, you don't have to like stand and just try to hold in one spot. Maybe try to move their shoulders, their knees towards their shoulders a bit, move them around a bit. I'm just trying to keep his feet off of me and I'm trying to control the bottoms of his feet. It's gonna be Jordan's goal to figure out a way to like either strip these or roll them to connect to my legs. Okay, let's just do 2 inside like this. That's gonna end the game. Okay, so basically we start disconnected. He's got his soles facing me. Okay, I'm gonna be trying to get here. I'm gonna try to get here, and I'm gonna try to control these. Okay, keep them wherever, and he's gonna be trying to roll them out and get them here. It's gonna be, you know, if he starts rolling it, try to move with them. You know what I mean? You'll feel when they're trying to roll it a certain way. Try to play between like the top of the foot here, go back to the sole. Okay, but control the feet. Take me for who I am, bro.
I do.
I'm an artist.
It's your month.
I'm an artist. What do you mean by that? You have my legs like this, dog.
Bro, we're in June, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
Legs like this.
Let's go.
You have my legs like this. That's weird for you to do that. We're gonna start on the bottom of our partner's feet. Okay. And what we're gonna be trying to do is like more or less like maybe get their tailbone off the mat a little bit and find where we can kind of get this foot to start, like the heel to start folding in towards their butt. On either side, if I can see the outside of their shin a bit, this is what I'm looking for in this case scenario, is this. Okay. And once I feel like I've kind of like externally rotated his knee a little bit and created a bit of like space where I have access to the outside of this guy's body, I'll make like a little hop step this direction. And then I'm going to be dropping my shoulder onto this to block it. A lot of times from here, like I'll probably get like an initial push or something like that, enough to like get my hand locked into this positioning right here. We're more or less like just gluing our ear up against the inside of his knee. If you guys can like create like a bit of a pull in the hip here and maybe even like have your head tilted, because one of the bigger issues you'll run into in this position is just bringing his foot back to the outside. Okay, and the more I can kind of use my head and my ear to look against the inside of his knee and be able to pull my shoulder through this movement, the more I can keep his foot stuck on this side of his body. And from here, we're going to be able to make a circle to the outside. Okay, the more we can kind of keep a post, but like sometimes having like a really straight grip here is probably not the best idea for him to pull it in or something like that. It's probably a bit safer to have like your elbow tucked in a little bit, have it a little bit looser here, but just enough so that we can kind of keep this one at bay so we're not like too quickly getting recovered on and things like that. Okay, we want to be able to maintain this a bit. Okay, whether it's just like a palm or like a V grip on the inside or something like that, as we kind of circle ourselves to the outside to this position where we have a lot of options here, right? We could start the leg drag in some kind of way or come off onto the hip into like a J point or something like that. But I'll focus less on the end point, a little bit more focus on the initial entry to this. Again, try both sides a bit, move with your partner a little bit. Okay, feel that moment where you can kind of like get their foot to fold in a bit, but then move yourself to it, towards the center, cover, right? Even if you just wanted to get reps like this, where we kind of are able to pass this one in, maybe even cover the foot this direction now, circle a bit and get our shoulder. And then spend a bit of time to build some awareness and like attention to like this, like let your partner try to get his foot to the outside and put you into like half guard or something like that, or full guard. So we can kind of work on what we're looking like with our positioning here before we start thinking about circling off. attack this leg. I'm not often like circling to that leg to get to that leg, right? This is kind of the concept of like making them step to take the leg that you want on the far side of the body, right? We kind of following that a little bit. Obviously, if I'm just going to this side, like he's defending that side, but then that's when I'm going to see access like on this side of things. Okay. So it's the same from here, where like when I'm like kind of foot fighting with him here, instead of just like circling to that side, I'm circling away from that side to get access to this side. You guys understand that? Circling away to now see access on this side, away, and then it's a quick hop step. Hop step. Cover. And you guys can see like his shin bone is nestled like right underneath of my chin here. My shoulder, all of this, so not like too high on this or anything weird here. And I don't even need to necessarily get my hand in right away. I should just be able to kind of like put some weight on Joey. And Joey's maybe like push back or something, and maybe up here.
What's up, you guys? Friday Night Fights is back. Are you ready?
Jorge. Mucho gusto. Otra vez. Thank you, Sensei. You hear that?
You said sensei?
My hair is so bad today.
I think you look great. Are you gonna believe me?
Sensei. This is like old kit. This is, I mean, it is violence.
Okay, to be fair, I need this to look kind of old because if I upload this and Greg sees this, I don't want him to think that we're drilling currently. So I'm gonna put this like 2023. Like, this kid has to look old.
In a after sick roll, dude. I use this for sure the most when like their toes come into my hip. Okay, because sometimes we're like pressing through and I get a push and there's like some sort of toes on the hip. This is probably the most common time that I would use something like this, or sometimes they're even across. But toes on the hip is a good time for you to think of this. Sometimes even just from like full on Z-guard or something like that, or like a high knee shield or something like that. You guys can practice it from wherever. I think toes on the hip might be easiest for you guys to see it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna find this grip from here, and I'm gonna kind of drop my elbow this direction. Okay, so I'm gonna get my hand in pretty deep. I'm gonna drop my elbow. Okay, and then I'm gonna find that same kind of shoulder on the outside, head on the inside. And you guys can see like from here, I'm able to kind of start moving his foot a little bit more towards my torso with the crowbarring of this grip. Okay, and even having my head inside, and then we could just find the same kind of placement with our like feet and body on this side. But okay, be a good partner and like think about how you're gonna face them a little bit. Whether it's like I get over here, don't just lay on your side. Like keep this wedged in. Maybe have some frames on. Maybe even like self frame on this leg, like this, so that you're able to like kind of push yourself back into that position a little bit. From my half guard, okay. Especially like when the toes are in like this. Should you get a bit deeper here? Boom. Yes. Boom. Now throw your shoulder through this movement a bit more. Like pivot yourself. Yeah. Good. Boom. And then you guys can see like I'm kind of instantly wanting to like start facing him a little bit just so he can see what it looks like instead of like just going like this.